Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 2nd of October up until the 8th, and this week we have a Nintendo game releasing of course, as well as a few other interesting looking games, and we'll get to those in due course. As we always do, we'll first start with any games that missed one of these videos in previous weeks for whatever reason, and then we'll get to the games coming out in this week as I said. So what games are coming out this week? Well, let's find out. The first of the games that are already out then, and it released in a very busy week last week, that's Cotton 2 Saturn Tribute. This is the fourth game in the popular Cotton series of shoot 'em ups, and it released in 1997 in the arcade and for the Sega Saturn. Cotton Boomerang Saturn Tribute, the fifth entry in the series, also released last week. Both games are selling for £13.49, and as I said, they are out now. Darksiders 3 appeared on the eShop a couple of days after last week's video released, but it will be out by the time you are watching this week's. This joins the first and second games in coming to the Switch, as well as the spin-off game of course, Darksiders Genesis, and sees you playing as Fury on a quest to hunt down and dispose of the 7 deadly sins. As well as the base game, 2 DLC packs are included in this bundle, being The Crucible and The Keepers of the Void. We should have a review out for this one by now, link to it will be in the top pinned comment if you are interested, and the game is selling for £34.99. Next is a game that's not actually out till next year, 2022, but has just been announced for the Switch, and the publishers quietly asked if we would share it with yourselves so you know it's coming, which we're more than happy to do. This is Die by the Blade. This is a fighting game which fuses cyberpunk with the feudal Japanese era in terms of its aesthetic, and uses that realistic swordplay one-hit death system seen in games over the years such as Bushido Blade. It has both online and offline game modes, and you'll need to be using strategy, skill and precision in order to come out on top, because as I said, one hit and it's all over. There will be tournaments and ranked online gameplay and the ability to customise your characters as you see fit. I'm always looking for a new way to play one-on-one fighters, so I'll be keeping an eye on this one when it releases next year, and I'm sure we'll bring more of this game to you as it nears release. Looking at the games coming out this week then, and we'll start with a very cheap and cheerful one. This is called Toree 2. It's a 3D platformer that cost just 89p and was clearly inspired by the Nintendo 64 era in terms of both its aesthetic and its gameplay. There are a few of these very short and simple 3D platformers on the Switch by this developer, and to be fair, I've heard that they are fairly decent for what it is, as long as you keep your expectations in check of course, and it's essentially a little more than you'd spend on a chocolate bar these days. If you are interested, it's out on the 4th of October. We then have Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. This looks to be a Super Smash Bros. Type brawler which uses characters from well-loved Nickelodeon shows. Now I've said before, whilst I'm a huge fighting game fan, I prefer my fighters to be in the more traditional 1v1 a la Street Fighter than these types, but the fact that this has Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy and looks to use the 80s character models for the Turtles is enough to sway me into buying it. I'm very easily influenced, I know. Anyway, there are 20 playable characters, 20 themed levels, as well as local and online multiplayer. I will say that I hope that they have learned from the experience of the Nickelodeon kart racer games and have added voice acting this time round to give the game the appropriate level of charm that such characters deserve, but my breath won't be being held in anticipation for that. There is 20% off of the asking price up until launch, and it will release on the 5th of October. Also out on the 5th is Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. I mentioned this in last week's video as well, as the deluxe version released then, plus we have already reviewed it. Link for that video is in the top pinned comment if you want the full details. This features more than 300 courses taken from the first 3 games in the series, being Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball 2 and Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, and it's releasing to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the series. It will sell for £34.99, and like I said, check out the link in the top pinned comment if you want the full story. Next is a 2.5D adventure puzzle platformer called Rainbow Billy: The Curse of the Leviathan. This is a coming of age story based around dealing with change in the world and accepting who you really are, and will see you exploring dark caverns, secret islands and hidden coves, and each stage is filled with challenges and secrets that will unlock new areas, so says the blurb. There are over 60 creatures to meet and attempt to help in regards to their problems, creating a team to save the day. It's going to sell for £21.99 and it also releases on the 5th.
On the other hand, is a towering icy peak filled with creatures who are both looking and feeling pretty blue. With a little luck and empathy, you and your pal Tentacle Joe can help them get over their problems, not to mention over the mountain. What goes up must come down though.
Also out this week is Pandaball, set on a utopian island of Pamuria where life is so perfect that the pandas that live there have become bored and so decide to play football. There's actually a huge blurb on the eShop just to get to that point. I was expecting there to be a story based around the football, but I don't think there is. Anyway, you can play in local multiplayer, there are a number of power-ups and different balls to use, and you unlock new pandas and pitches. Well, it says maps, but I assume it means pitches, and you do this by levelling up. To be honest, my team, Tottenham Hotspur, are playing like a complete bunch of muppets at the minute anyway, so I'd happily play with a team consisting of pandas. We might actually win a bloody game for once. It's going to sell for £10.49 and releases on the 7th if the premise sounds remotely interesting to you. Next then we have the Lightbringer. This is a story-driven adventure platform game set in a beautiful world claimed by vile corruption. You will travel through many different lands, overcoming puzzles and needing to fight what is called the corruption. It has a very pleasant looking low poly look, and the trailer shows you navigating platforms on a 3D or isometric plane, avoiding obstacles, pushing blocks and making jumps. It's going to cost £13.49 and there is a demo available if you want to give it a try. Then the big one for the week, I'm sure for most people, it's Metroid Dread. This is a new 2D Metroid game, and whilst I'll be honest, I've stayed away from info on this one so as to avoid spoilers, I'm pretty sure I heard it is set after Metroid Fusion, which was a fantastic game that was on the GBA. The name Dread is a lovely little nod to a game in the series that ultimately never was, but had been envisioned as a DS game back in the day. Samus Aran investigates a mysterious transmission sent to the Galactic Federation and finds the remote planet overrun by vicious life forms and mechanical menaces. Now, I loved Fusion back in the day and I love the 2D Metroid games in general, so I can't wait to see where we go with this one. Let me know your favourite Metroid game, 2D or not. Mine will always be Super Metroid. I still have my big box version to this day, complete with strategy guide. It was a toss up between buying that or Batman Forever for the Super Nintendo. One Saturday morning in Woolworths, I'd saved up my paper round money and I think I made the right choice. This sells for £49.99 and it releases on the 8th.
And life forms you may encounter in the Metroid Dread game. Be sure to view the other Metroid Dread reports there as well. You'll want to prepare yourself for the dangers that lie ahead.
Metroid Dread.
And finally for the week then we have Knockout Home Fitness. This is a home workout game, I would assume similar to the fitness boxing games on the Switch, albeit this is published by Marvelous Europe and offers calorie burning exercises via a range of martial arts. There are a range of personal trainers to choose from, daily workout schedules and over 25 diverse music tracks, spanning genres such as EDM, techno, trance, rock and hip hop. It releases on the 8th of October and will sell for £34.99 or your regional equivalent.
Hit fitness milestones like never before. Kick your workout up a notch with Knockout Home Fitness on Nintendo Switch.
So there we have it, another week of Nintendo Switch releases. Metroid Dread I'm sure is the name on most people's lips, but is there anything else there that interests you at all? As much as I know it's going to be disappointing to a degree, I do like the look of the Nickelodeon one, just because I'm such a huge Turtles fan. Let us know which games you may be picking up, stick it all in the comment section below. A big thank you to our Patreons as always for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, Happy gaming.